Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Growth Stock Research. The name of the game from a technical standpoint for EVs seems to be the range coupled with efficiency. On CNBC, Rawlinson talked to Jim Cramer about how so many EV startups don't seem to have the technology to compete at the highest level. Peter Rawlinson said, "It's relatively easy to achieve more range by adding progressively more batteries, but that way increases weight and cost, and it reduces interior space. Lucid Air has achieved its remarkable range whilst also reducing battery size through its in-house technology, resulting in a breakthrough in overall vehicle level efficiency." In this video, we want to highlight 3 key technological advantages that Lucid may have over the competition. Number 1, we'll talk about the battery. Number 2, the engine. And number 3, the production that Lucid Motors is planning in the near future. In our previous video, we mentioned that Lucid used to be a battery supplying company under the name of Ativa, and they provided all the batteries for the 24 cars of the Formula E racing teams. What we didn't highlight, however, is that they actually have driving data of about 20 million miles of all the racing cars on the road. The aim of the racing game is of course to be as fast as possible, and that can be achieved if the battery is as light as possible, as efficient as possible. They can make use of all the valuable data they got from the Formula E racing times, and it seems like the batteries of Lucid use a 900 volt system, which is more than double that of Tesla. That is more expensive, but it saves up space because you can use smaller cable diameters, and the charging time is also sped up. Supposedly, you can charge 20 miles per minute. Moving on to the engine. The key here also seems to be how light the induction engine actually is, making the car more efficient and providing more internal space for the passengers. It weighs around 160 pounds and is supposedly 45% lighter than the EVs of traditional car makers like Audi and Mercedes. The result is that the Lucid Air reaches 4.5 miles per kilowatt hour, while the Audi e-tron only manages 2.3 miles, the Mercedes EQC 2.7 miles, and the Tesla Model S around 4 miles. Some of these advantages seem to be created, for example, because there's a special wave winding, which kind of in layman terms we understand to be a bundle of coil in the motor that saves up space. And Lucid, secondly, found a way to place the cooling system closer to the engine. That means that the electrical lines do not heat up as much and the electrons can move more freely. One further thing to note is that Lucid is trying to create all the engine parts in-house, like Tesla, but seemingly even more so than Tesla, as Rawlinson said that for the first time, the engine is completely integrated such that it is optimally tuned and can be improved upon continuously.
And in a sense, Lucid is a very similar position to where Tesla was 10 years ago. Tesla had the tech, the other entries didn't. And we see today a whole phalanx of startups in the EV space. They don't have the in-house technology. That's what differentiates Lucid. In-house technology, world-class electric vehicle tech.
Right. Well, all right, just give me a quick example of what that means. What is that?
Well, the core metric is efficiency. It's not range per se, because anyone can stuff a whole load of batteries in a car and achieve great range. I could double the size of the battery pack, double the range of the car, couldn't I? And that's pretty dumb. I'd call that dumb range. What really matters, the most telling metric of where any electric car company is today, there's a single metric, and that is efficiency. How far can I go per kilowatt hour? And we can go well over 4 miles per kilowatt hour. This is world-class technology here in the US. Lucid's going to take the tech to the next level. That is our mission.
Lastly, moving on to the production side. The car plant of Lucid is built from the ground up for EVs. Tesla had to build their first cars in the old plant of General Motors, which is the one based in Fremont, California. So traditional car makers also have this issue that they have to create a separate supply chain for EVs, and this is separate to their ICE vehicles because they just have completely different technologies and are thus less flexible and efficient. According to the Vice President of Manufacturing, Peter Hochholdinger, who's also from Germany by the way, like us, Lucid can already produce around 36,000 cars, and it only took them a year to build the factory. Overall, it's much easier to scale due to the flexibility, as every manufacturing platform can build any model of Lucid Air car. So, what are all your thoughts? We will reply to every single comment as per usual and are planning to make more videos on Lucid so we can give you a better overview on the EV market. So until next week, vielen Dank.